Tonight on Cronkite News, I'm Izzy Ludlow, and I'll be telling you what changes are coming to First Friday.
I'm Dustin Lasratosa outside the Mortgage Matchup Center in downtown Phoenix, the home of the women's Final Four. We're ready, we're here, and we're pumped for the big games.
I'm Edward Neiman, and I'm here at the Washington Activity Center in Phoenix, where city officials and NCAA leaders are unveiling renovations to the facility ahead of Final Four weekend.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Eric Matsumoto.
And I'm Caden Rockins. Thank you for joining us.
In Northwest Phoenix, one community is receiving improvements to their recreational facility.
Right in time for the upcoming Final Four weekend. Cronkite Edward Neiman talked to city officials on what is new and how this can benefit the area.
Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs and Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego were among city leaders today as they joined the NCAA kicking off Final Four week here in the Valley with the Legacy Project at the Washington Activity Center.
Are you guys excited?
Excitement filled the Washington Activity Center as the NCAA and City of Phoenix unveiled new renovations ahead of Final Four weekend.
In this gym alone, you're looking at a beautiful refurbished basketball court, wireless scoreboards. How beautiful is it?
The improvements include upgrades to nearly every aspect of the facility, both inside and outside.
New lighting, fresh paint throughout the facility, and one of the things we're most excited about is a beautiful new mural by our local artist, Martine Moreno.
The Washington Activity Center, located in the Alhambra neighborhood, benefits people of all ages each year, from children to seniors.
This is a true treasure for our entire community, from toddlers to students to our seniors. We see so much use for this activity center. It's really a multi-generational impact.
These upgrades come part of the Legacy Project by the NCAA, which aims to revitalize facilities in underserved communities. Governor Hobbs says that the upgrades symbolize more than just the aesthetics.
Finally, this community and the 18,000 people who use this center every year have a recreational facility that they deserve.
In Phoenix, Edward Neiman, Cronkite News.
The NCAA Legacy Project dates back over a decade in Final Four host cities, with Harmon Park and Eastlake Park receiving improvements when Phoenix hosted the men's Final Four in 2017 and 2024.
This morning, President Donald Trump made a historic visit to the U.S. Supreme Court as the judges discussed his executive order to end birthright citizenship. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays and 23 other attorney generals around the nation are weighing in. In a statement released today, the Attorney General says, quote, "The president's executive order to redefine birthright citizenship violates the Constitution, federal statutes, and the rule that have governed our nation for more than 150 years. She adds she is proud to fight against the order and is grateful to the injunctions obtained to prevent the order from taking place. Trump became the first president to ever sit in on high court oral arguments. During the hearing, the government argued the 14th Amendment granting birthright citizenship is outdated. But both conservative and liberal justices questioned the government's position. The court is expected to make a final decision by June.
Birthright citizenship isn't the only issue Mays is challenging. Her office and Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes are teaming up after President Trump signed an executive order on voting. The order cracks down on mail-in ballots and creates lists of U.S. citizens who are eligible to vote. Secretary Fontes says he is working with Attorney General Mays to protect the voting rights of the 80% of Arizonans who use mail-in voting. And in a post on X, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly said the federal government should not tell Arizona how to run elections. The Phoenix Police recently launched a downtown operations unit. As downtown Phoenix hosts more events, it is seeing growing crowds.
This is concerning events like First Friday, which is happening later this week. Cronkite News reporter Izzy Ludlow shows us what the department is planning for this weekend, as we expect tons of travelers to downtown Phoenix.
This Friday, downtown Phoenix will see several events that will draw in huge crowds. The Final Four, Diamondbacks, and it's First Friday, a monthly street market that happens right here on Roosevelt Row. But this First Friday might look a little different.
Roosevelt Row, a street that transforms the first Friday of every month. But last month, a woman and teen boy were shot, and police closed the street down.
There's just so many people with the wrong idea.
John Sagasta, a Phoenix business owner, has seen the evolution of First Fridays since his business opened 18 years ago.
It was a lot more casual, and it was about walking around and exploring the whole neighborhood, you know, not just one street or one block.
But since August, Phoenix police launched their new downtown unit and increased patrols as some violence gained headlines. As a Phoenix resident, even I witnessed a First Friday shooting from my bedroom window in November. Sagasta says the vibe has changed.
Now it's really just a free-for-all, you know, it's just a street closer where people just get a little too hyped.
According to the city of Phoenix, the first Friday in February pulled in a record-breaking crowd of 35,000 attendees, and the new police unit is proposing having 160 officers there too.
What it is very clear that you guys have recognized and sought out what's the best thing for the downtown area, because so many people come to our downtown area.
With so many events going on, we're not expecting street closures on Roosevelt Row, but Sagasta says he'll still have live music and vendors, so he's excited for people to stop by. In downtown Phoenix, Izzy Ledlow, Cronkite News.
Coming up next, the latest on the war in Iran, and President Trump floats a major shift in U.S. alliances.
That's right. The president is raising new questions about our nation's role in NATO.
NATO is the single most effective military alliance the world has ever seen.
Allies are responding and some are pushing back. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Plus, relief from the heat may be on the way. The Cronkite Weather Report next.
Into those early morning lows. We're up north.
The trail runs about a mile long and not only features different textures and terrain.
65 to 63 after Florida's defense stopped it.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. President Donald Trump suggested the U.S. may consider leaving NATO, according to comments he made to a British publication. Trump has repeatedly criticized NATO allies for what he calls a lack of support in the Iran conflict. Some NATO members have been hesitant to send military assets to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a key global shipping route that Iran effectively shut down following U.S. and Israeli strikes. Today, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer pushed back, disagreeing with Trump's remarks.
NATO is the single most effective military alliance the world has ever seen, and it has kept us safe for many decades, and we are fully committed to NATO.
Starmer emphasized that Britain will not, quote, get dragged into the war with Iran.
The countdown hit 0 and Artemis 2 is officially off the ground, sending 4 astronauts on a historic mission around the moon. After nearly 2 months of testing, NASA successfully launched Artemis 2 into orbit. And it's not just NASA preparing. Crowds of locals and visitors gathered to witness the historic liftoff.
Oh, it never gets old to see the rockets go up off the Space Center. And this is huge. This is, to me, is history, watching this. If these astronauts go up and do what they're going to do, it's going to be just awesome.
The 4 astronauts are now on track to circle the moon, marking a major step forward in human space exploration.
Well, spectators will definitely be feeling the heat from that liftoff.
And here in Arizona, we know all about that. But the heat might be taking a rain check. Abigail Hardy joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Thank you. And heading into our evening planner tonight, you're going to see 83 degrees at 6 o'clock, dropping to 81 at 7, and dropping all the way to 76 at 10 o'clock tonight. Now heading into the lows of this day, you're going to see our Phoenix Valley at 63 degrees, and the Grand Canyon looking pretty nice at 27 degrees, Flagstaff at 30, 49 in Sedona, Yuma at the same as us, 63 degrees. Now heading into the highs of this state, our prayers only work so much, but now we're at 87 degrees in the Phoenix Valley, 69 in Sedona, 62 in the Grand Canyon, and Yuma has a speed at 88 degrees. Now heading into the rest of the week, if you're here in the Phoenix Valley, we know we are hosting the Women's Final Four tournament here. And if you're a little curious on what to wear, let's look at the weather. All right, Thursday, 87 degrees. Friday, tournament day, 89 degrees, low of 63. Saturday with some clouds, but still 92 degrees. Now heading into the rest of the weekend and into the beginning of the week, Easter Sunday and some more basketball on Sunday with 95 degrees and a low of 67. Now on Monday, we see some clouds, but still 92 degrees and low of 70. And the rest of the week in those 90 degrees, lows of 60s and 70s. Now that is all from me from the Cronkite Weather Center. I'm Abigail Hardy.
Taking a look at consumer news, a dire prediction from Bank of America, which announced that it expects 4% inflation this quarter. The bank expects the price increase to fall on the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. However, the Federal Reserve hopes the rate stays at 2%. Bank of America's prediction assumes that the Iran war will end soon, but gas prices will remain high for the rest of the year.
Meanwhile, payroll company ADP reports that the private sector added 62,000 jobs this past month. The biggest job increases were in healthcare and education. However, trade, transportation, and utility all saw job decreases. ADP cannot see every payroll and cannot access public sector data, so the official Bureau of Labor report coming out this Friday may vary.
Moving over to retail, Sam's Club memberships are going up by $10. Millions of members will be affected by this price increase, which raises the basic membership cost $60 a year. And now, the Plus memberships will cost twice that. The changes go into effect next month.
Coming up next, the Cronkite Sports Report at Mortgage Matchup Center. Justin Lacertosa joins us now with details.
That's right, we're here right outside Mortgage Matchup Center getting ready for the Women's Final Four. Downtown Phoenix is ready, and so are we, to watch some great basketball this week, and everything to look out for coming up on Cronkite News.
Into those early morning lows, we're up north.
Trail runs about a mile long and not only features different textures and terrain.
65 to 63 after Florida's defense stopped it.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome into the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Justin Lassertosa. Thank you for joining us. We're here outside the Mortgage Matchup Center in downtown Phoenix as we await the Final Four, which is just days away from tipping off. The full bracket is set. Some nail-biting matchups on slate for this weekend. Let's take a look at what's ahead. First game on the schedule, UConn gearing up to play South Carolina in Friday's first game at 4 p.m., followed by UCLA, Texas at 6:30. The Huskies are headed into the game favored to win their record-extending 13th national championship. This is now the second time in history that the Final Four field is the exact same in back-to-back seasons, with UConn taking home the prize in 2025, beating South Carolina in the finals. This year, downtown Phoenix is ready to welcome thousands of fans to the area for the big games. Meanwhile, on the men's side, Arizona is headed to the Final Four for the first time since 2001 after beating Purdue on Saturday. This is their fifth time in program history that they've made it to the Final Four, adding to their long legacy, which includes a national championship in 1997. A.J. Bramlett was a member of that team, and he's got high hopes for the Cats.
Well, I'm excited, man. This is the best time to be an Arizona basketball alum right now. These guys are incredible. Will rise to every occasion throughout the year. Can't wait for Michigan on Saturday, man. Everybody's been talking about this all year, and so we just got to go out there and handle business, one more time, and then see what happens in the championship. But it's going to be a hell of a game, man. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so the Mortgage Matchup Center is the home of the Women's Final Four, but it's also the home of the Phoenix Suns. So it's only fitting that we talk about them for a little bit. Dylan Brooks just returning to action last night from his injury. Mark Williams still out with his, but one Suns guard is on the cusp of breaking a franchise record. That's right, Colin Gillespie is one three-pointer shy of breaking the record for most three-pointers made in a single season. The record is currently held by Quinnen Richardson, who got the record 2 decades ago back in 2004 with 226 three-pointers made. Recently, Gillespie took Grayson Allen's second-place spot, surpassing his 205.
Yeah, it's been great, and I feel like he's been very consistent, especially shooting the ball, and he's been really aggressive from three, and it's been awesome to see, and he's a huge part of our team.
Gillespie shot 6 threes and made 2 of them in last night's loss to the Magic. He'll have a chance to break the record tomorrow night when the Suns play the Hornets at 4 p.m. And the Valley Suns celebrated the Hispanic community last week, hosting a Hispanic Heritage Night. Our Rome Katie was out and got all the sights and sounds. Let's take a look.
The Valley Suns had their Hispanic Heritage theme night against the Mexico City Capitanes a few days ago. This game not only showed off the first matchup between the two teams at Mullet Arena, but it also honored the Hispanic community here in Arizona. In preparation for the night, Suns guard Kobe Brea from the Dominican Republic and big man Nathan Mariano from Brazil both sat down and ate food from each other's homelands. For Mariano, that moment meant the world to him.
That was really amazing because I was kind of missing home because all the foods and everything. So that part of the chefs cooking Brazilian food and Dominican food was really good.
The Suns featured special ceremonies throughout the game, paying respects to the Hispanic community, including not one, but 2 performances by Mariachi Rubor, an all-female mariachi band from right here in Arizona. But perhaps the coolest part of the night came in the form of a marketplace. Several Hispanic-owned businesses set up shop on both sides of the court and showcased different types of food, jewelry, and even pottery. In fact, the Hispanic population in the state is over 32%, making it the highest population of any minority group. And this event emphasized the importance of their culture in Arizona. Even though the Suns suffered a 112-99 loss against the Capitanes, Valley Suns guard Jaden Shackelford appreciated the fans showing up and bringing their best effort.
We knew we were going to have a good turnout tonight, fan-wise. So it was important for us to come out here and play hard. Obviously, we didn't get the win, but, we felt the support tonight. The fans were amazing, engaged the whole game. So it was dope to see everybody show up tonight and support us.
Although the Valley Suns are officially eliminated from the G League playoffs, this celebratory night was a bright spot for fans. In Tempe, Rome Katie, Cronkite News.
Well, despite Devin Booker's 34 points last night, that game ended in heartbreaking fashion for the Phoenix Suns as they would go on to lose to the Orlando Magic by 4 points. But in some positive news, Dillon Brooks is back in the lineup for the Suns after missing 18 games due to injury. Before the game, Brooks was in the Valley meeting fans for the release of his new T-shirts. And last Friday, the Suns star hosted a merchandise pop-up shop at Arizona Mills Mall. 1,000 shirts were stocked, but more than 3,000 fans showed up to support Brooks. He spent time signing autographs, talking with the fans, and embracing the Phoenix community. Safe to say, the Valley is thrilled with Dillon Brooks.
It was dope. I just dapped him up. He signed my thing. We got a picture. I don't know. I'm just kind of shook right now still. So we get healthy, Dillon get back out there and drop 40 like he did earlier this season.
Yeah, Dillon Brooks expressed his gratitude for the Suns faithful on Instagram after the event. And the Phoenix Suns currently at 7th in the Western Conference. If the Suns fans want to feel a little bit better going into the playoffs, they've got 2 more weeks to do so in the regular season. But off the hardwood, let's take a trip around the globe. Our Cronkite News reporter, Ryan Pasesic, has all you need to know about the World Cup coming up.
Thanks, Justin. Group stages are officially set for the World Cup, and fans can't contain their excitement. That is the sound of pure joy as soccer fans across the world celebrate their team's qualification for the World Cup. The group stages are now locked after nail-biting games yesterday in Mexico, and I'm here to give you a recap of what went down. Iraqi fans watched as their team clinched the win 2-1 over Bolivia and qualified for the World Cup for the first time in 40 years. While the victory marked a milestone that hadn't been accomplished in 4 decades, it also signifies a moment of unity during times of hardship.
Today is a day of happiness for everyone. Congratulations on qualifying for the World Cup, and congratulations to all.
The country is going through difficult times in terms of the economy and hardship. Yet, you see people, respectable people, young men and women, and the elderly, all celebrating.
The Lions of Mesopotamia will join France, Senegal, and Norway in Group I. And some history was made as the Democratic Republic of Congo edged out Jamaica to reach their first World Cup in a little over half a century. DR Congo fans left the game ecstatic and relieved after their team scored in the 100th minute, barely going home with a 1-0 victory against Jamaica, reaching their first World Cup in a little over half a century. They will be part of Group K along with Portugal, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. And back here at home, the U.S. men's national team was shut out by Portugal yesterday, losing 2-0. But because the U.S. is hosting, they automatically qualify for the tournament. I'm Ryan Pasesnik. Now back to you, Justin.
Well, thank you, Ryan, and that's going to do it for the Cronkite Sports Report here at the Mortgage Matchup Center in downtown Phoenix. I'm Justin Lacertosa. We'll send it back to Eric and Caden at the desk.
Thanks, Justin. Coming up next, Will.i.am and AI?
Arizona State University branches out with new AI technology. We'll tell you how the rapper and songwriter is teaching students to embrace AI for themselves. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Into those early morning lows, we're up north.
Trail runs about a mile long and not only features different textures and terrain.
65 to 63 after Florida's defense stopped it.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. Frontman for the Black Eyed Peas is stepping out of the studio and into the classroom.
will.i.am and his AI sidekick, Dhruv Patel, are combining forces to teach a new ASU class.
The new course at the ASU Game School focuses on how to create AI personal agents like his own creation, Dhruv Patel. These agents are different from ChatGPT because their data is private rather than public. ASU has partnered with will.i.am's AI platform to create EDU FYI AI. This platform is only available to the class now, but the university hopes to make the technology available for all ASU students and faculty soon. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Eric Matsumoto.
And I'm Caden Rockins. Thank you for joining us. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.